We're making delicious apple turnovers for a sweet lady named Mama Vlogger and you. Welcome to Hub at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. I'm Jim Hightower. Today we're making delicious apple turnovers and you just won't believe how good they taste. So let's get started. And I apologize for any noise you might hear. The yard man got here. Yeah. Grab your pen and paper. Here come the ingredients. You'll need a recipe of the buttercrust pie dough. Go back and watch the video. You'll need to soften it up a little, or as Julia would say, beat it up a little bit, just to soften it. Now, I'm going to cut this piece off because it's perfect for what we'll do later. Now, I'm going to set this aside. I'm actually going to put it back in the refrigerator. Alright, now that you've got it rolled out nice and fairly thin, a little bit thinner than pie crust, we're going to make an individual apple tart. First, let's do a little bit of shaping. Let's get that off. Let's go for a square. And there's the yard man. These pizza cutters are incredibly useful. Everybody needs one. You need a recipe of your baked apple slices. Go back and watch that video from Tuesday. You can absolutely freeze them, because I did, and they turned out great. Okay, the yard man went away, or at least farther away. Now, you just take your apple slices. You want to use way less filling than you think you need, and you'll understand why in just a minute. I'm talking for this individual one, 2 tablespoons might be too much. And you want to get it as close to the middle as possible, and honestly, you don't want too much. You'll need a small bowl of water and a little baster, and what you want to do is lightly moisten the bottom half edges. You pull this over and you work to make it meet there. Push with your fingers and push this side, and then what you do is you turn up that edge just a tiny bit for extra sealing. Do this side. Get your pan. I had some foil on this, but I decided the parchment paper was much better. Carefully lift your turnover. Use your fork and press firmly. It makes a nice little design. Of course, I got that right on the edge of the pan where I couldn't do it. Now I can. And push. And you can also dip your fork in the water so it won't stick to your pastry, and then you can really go to town. This is pastry number 1, the individual pastry. A little more flour. Take this pastry back out and shape it a little bit. Now, this could be a family pastry. You could actually make 2 squares this large and put a top on it this large. But I'm going to make this one just a little bit different design. Get my apples and put it on the bottom half. 3 tablespoons, 3 hefty ones, will probably be more than enough. Leave a lot more edge on the sides than you think you need. Get your water, do the edge. Oh, I didn't tell you. You wet the edge. I don't think I told you. You wet the edge so that when you fold the pastry over, it will stick together. So, here you go. You fold the pastry over, and you're like, that's way too much pastry. It's really not. Feel ahead here and see where your filling is. Push your edges together firmly. Then, do that little turnover, because see, turnover. The thing is, you don't want that filling to come out, because then you'll be sad, and nobody wants that. Then turn your front over. It's not difficult at all. I'd push this down good with your fingers too before you go with the knife. The fork. Boy, it's sticking. You know, when you go to show something, it's kind of like taking your car to the garage. It never works right or wrong. Again, dust off any extra flour. Now this is probably good for maybe 2 people if you have a small family. I'm gonna put that long ways. We're almost ready to bake, and you've got your oven preheated at 400 degrees. But wait, there's more. You'll need your baster, and your surprise ingredient is 1 egg with 1 teaspoon of water, and you mix that together. You want to get that professional look. And as Julia said, you can't get it with water or milk or anything like that. It has to be an egg glaze. That's what makes things golden brown. Mix it just one more little time, and you baste it. And honestly, you don't want to get, you want to try not to get any right on the edge of your pastry and on the sheet, because it can glue pastry down. But if you're using parchment paper like I am, then who cares, because it doesn't glue anything. I think super glue wouldn't stick to parchment paper. It's just one of those great things. It's one of those Mr. Wizard kind of moments. This is another reason you want to make sure you get all that excess flour off, because you need to baste it really good. Take your fork and lightly scratch little hash marks. It will make a cool design, or you can go across. I've even carved in initials or names. For example, I'll put a J, I, M. I can do some diagonal hash marks here that hopefully won't cover up my name. But you get the idea. You can make a design. You don't want to tear your pastry. You just want to lightly go over it. Get a knife and just lightly, in a couple of places, especially on the big one, poke a couple of air holes. On your little one, there. The air holes lets the steam escape. It helps your pastry to cook better. So this goes into your 400-degree oven. This took me about 30 minutes, did the convection bake, but look at that. Golden brown goodness. That's what your egg glaze does. When you're baking this, I would start off with about 15 minutes, and then check it every 2 to 5 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. And you can't go wrong. You let this cool, and then you can serve it up on a nice platter, cut pieces, some little whipped cream, and there you go. This is so good. And to that sweet little lady, Mama Vlogger, I hope you enjoy this, because it's just yummy. Well, if you like this recipe for delicious apple turnovers with cinnamon sugar baked apple slices, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends who like to cook or just want to learn how. Drop me a line in the comments below about your experiences with this recipe and what else you'd like to see in the kitchen. Click the bell in the top right hand corner for notifications. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help, even me. And easy learning. I'm Jim Edit, edit. Really? Nice. Life happening. Life happens. It'll happen to you. We're going to pause for just a moment. You can put it in the oven.